You gotta choose your side, you gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You can win or you can lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
What you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
And the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Welcome. Welcome. Struggle streaming already. Struggle streaming already. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Jazzy Wanda, with another episode. Good episode. I'm going to do a little switcheroo on the broadcast tonight. I don't know. I got a lot going on in my mindset, you know, and of course we know that America has a lot going on, if you will. But I decided tonight to just dive in with my 2 cents on my perspective of the government shutdown. I don't like too much to allow myself to get involved in the arguments about the politics, because I really feel like, oh, the American people is all being hoodwinked, if you will. I don't take a side. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. And I just really feel like the American people is being taken for a ride. I feel like one side is playing chess and the other side is playing checkers. And at the end of the day, seems like we backgammon. Y'all remember that game, right? It seems like we're backgammon. But, you know, with that being said, I just pay attention and I watch and I hear all the arguments and all the posts and the podcast. And I was going to not, you know, jump into the arena, but why not? You know, why not? It's my voice. It's my platform. And I have a right to my opinion, if you will. And I have a right to share how I feel about the matter. Am I being affected? You know, one would argue if I say that I'm not. Oh, yeah, you know, all they say is, if you will. But you know, at the end of the day, it should be like this. If one American is affected, we all are affected. And that mindset, you know, I guess I can say that I am. And not just for those that are losing certain benefits, but how about those that are working, have to show up to work and not even receiving a paycheck? You know, this thing is all across the board affecting people. And for some reason, down my timeline, if you will, I guess I get a little bit of politics and people having their takes on it, and some that are really deep into it and have some good narratives about what's going on, or share their opinion and their side of what's going on. But at the end of the day, uh, we all citizens of America, and those that live in America are being affected by, my opinion, the foolishness that two sides decide that they're going to use the American people as pawns. Okay. I was laying in bed the other day and it just hit me, and I said, oh, wow, we're coming up on an election, if you will, right? Let me just double check something here on my computer, if you will. And I really feel like part of their game that they're playing, yeah, Tuesday, is it Tuesday, November the 4th, right? We have an election coming up, and so both, in my opinion, both sides are trying to make the other side look like they're the problem and they're the reason why we're deciding to um have decided to, not because it's already shut down. We in day 30, if you will, of this shutdown. And I just believe that they're using the American people as a pawn, like I said, so that when you go to the polls, if they can psychologically affect you, brainwash you in some kind of way to believe, because, some of us are diehard Republicans and some of us are diehard Democrats. And when I say die hard, I mean die hard will believe the foolishness to their grave about their party. When, if you really knew, they are two in one. They are absolutely two in one, because at the end of the day, they have to come together to make a decision so that this thing could open up. Throughout the years, they have to come together to make decisions so that legislation, laws, if you will, what have you, can move and move smoothly. So to just believe in the fact that, you know, this side against that side, they really got the people, in my opinion, hoodwinked, because it's one and the same. Okay, just have you believing that is something different, psychologically using us to believe and to divide and conquer, if you will, one side going against the other side, and having the ability to use the American people as pawns. Okay, so I honestly believe they're using this fight because election time is coming. One side would like to stay um keep control, if you will, of the Senate and the Congress, and the other side is fighting to gain it back. And if you ask me, and God forgive me, y'all have to excuse me for a minute. My eye is itching for some strange reason. Give me 1 second. Let me take a quick break.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You got it.
Okay, I'm back. I didn't know what that was all about, but my eye was really itching. And there, if you ask me, you gotta be not too smart to want to use the American people as pawns to play your political game that they are playing. I mean, it's foolish. It's in my opinion, it is really foolishness, and to the point where they, my opinion. Now, I don't believe that they're gonna cut the food stamps. I just don't believe it. I believe that's another form of psychological warfare. to get some of you ones out to the polls to go against who you think or who you believe is the reason why they are doing what they are doing. I'm going to just tell you what I believe is going to happen. Hey, if I'm right, I'm right. But my instincts, to a certain degree, I just kind of feel like from how things have been playing out and how this president has been moving about, he's going to be Captain Save-A-Ho. He is going to be, and it's Captain Save-A-Ho, but you all know the saying, Captain Save A. I'm not going to say it, but that's what America is, if you will. I feel like he is at the last minute going to be the guy that he wants to be, the king and the dictator authoritarian that he wants to be, and he's going to stop certain things. I do believe it's going to be the food stamps for the one. Just some strange reasons. But hey, we'll see. If he doesn't stop him on the first, he's going to stop it somewhere along the way because he wants to be the hero of the country. And that's my take. That's one narrative that I feel that could happen. The other narrative that I believe that they could use or could happen is the elections. Okay? Let's turn up the ads. Let's point the fingers, okay? And as they point the fingers, they just don't realize that 3 is pointing back at them. They are the responsible parties. Okay, it's like, come on, people. If you too old to fight and do your job right, then get out the seat. Hand it over to someone of a mind, of a young mind, that's not looking towards dementia. God forgive me. But come on. Better than the other. They all are a bunch allegedly crooks. Better than the other. They all are a bunch allegedly crooks that have been stealing the American people's money for years and years and years. So now they're exposed. And so, oh, now we want to shut it down because we exposed. That's another narrative, allegedly. But it's sad. It's sad that they would hold the government hostage and not do their jobs and point the fingers like 5-year-olds. No, he didn't know, she didn't know, it's her fault. No, mommy, no, daddy, it's her fault. Oh, God, can you, come on already. Get off your behinds and do your jobs. Stop their paychecks. How about that? How about we stop their paychecks? How about the taxpayers stop paying their taxes? Then what? It's crazy. It's literally crazy that they are playing this psychological warfare with the American people, and they diving and targeting different segments or groups of people. Of course, we got the workers, that federal workers that are not getting paid and they have to show up. Then we have the ones that have been laid off. Okay, okay, that, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, that half of them probably wasn't doing nothing anyway. Okay, with all of the laundering and the how you say it, squandering of the money that have been going on. So it's his way of getting rid of the ones that he so desires to get rid of. So we just lay you off and we never bring you back. It's been my baby all along. So we use the government shutdown to that's another narrative to handle that. Because we want to clean up the government anyway. We want to get rid of the excessive spending, if you will, stealing. Oh, I'm spending. I mean spending, not. So we lay them off and we don't bring them back. Okay. Then we start exposing things that all the conspiracy theorists already knew what was going on, but no, they're conspiracy theorists, so they don't know what they're talking about. But everything they have been saying is like playing itself right out in front of us. But we still in cognitive dissonance. We do not want to believe anything other than the good old America. But it's sad. But I just believe that our president is gonna come riding in on the horse. MAGA again and again and again and again, and he's gonna solve one of the, I don't believe all of them, but one of them, of the gravest, if you will. Oh, we are going to stop 40 something billion people. Oh boy. So we want to stop their means of being able to purchase food, so we say, and so they say. So that's the argument. When I'm not even going to jump on the bandwagon on what somebody is doing with their money, okay, with their food stamps, because first of all, it's the taxpayers' money that is funding it, and it doesn't seem like America have been doing too well with the taxpayers' dollar anyway. So we want to point out, and I see a lot of those type of videos, those that might be buying, well, what is it, wearing, paying a certain amount of money for weave, nails, and eyelashes, if you will. What about I really want to cuss, but I'm not going to. But what about the crap? And you know the word I want to use for crap. What about the crap that the government has been sending? When I heard research on transgender mice, and we worried about what somebody doing with their food stamps. No, we need to be worried about what they have stolen from the American people, allegedly. So, I just really feel like it's a whole hoax against the American people. It's both sides. It's not one side against the other side. It's their responsibility to come to collectively as a whole and do their job, and they're not doing it. They're using every excuse in the book because they have been exposed of how they've been stealing allegedly the American people's money. My opinion, or narrative, if you will. So while they holding up the American, our money, I'm an American. Let me stop acting like I'm not American. Born and bred American, if you will. with a couple of other nationalities tucked in there. But while they figure out how to scheme and scandal the American people's money that they call themselves putting on hold, shuffling it, if you will. Meanwhile, we sent money. How much money was that? I don't want to get the number wrong because I'm not really on top of this as some are. I think it is Argentina. Let's see. I think that's who we did. Let's see. America sent money to yeah, 20 billion it says. $20 billion we sent to Argentina. But we choose not. Because it's not that we can't. It's a choice. They're choosing. People of the United States of America, they are choosing not to fund the government. I'm telling y'all, choose not to pay your taxes, allegedly. But it's so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. But the great white hope is going to come to rescue America, mark my words. And that's going to be the headlines all across the news channels, okay? Because they're running it in a hole about not feeding American people. And as of November 1st, and it may go, and let's keep in mind, everybody do not get their stamps on the 1st, their SNAP benefits, whatever you want to call them, the free food, if you will. Everybody does not receive those benefits all at the same time. So those of you that are not in the first quadrant of the 1st through the 4th, hold tight. I believe you're going to receive your benefits. I'm telling you, because the great white hope going to come on through and crown king because he's so great. Oh boy, I didn't know I could be a comedian too. So that's just my take. It's for some reason I don't allow it to psychologically affect. I really don't allow myself to be played in that sense because too often through the years I've been believing the hype, tuning into the news and believing the lies, allegedly, if you will. But when you wiggle your way out of the matrix, if you will, to a strong percentage out, you see through the foolishness. You learn not to allow it to affect your psyche because that's exactly what it does. That's exactly what it does. People carrying on. You got people, like making videos, talking junk about what somebody is doing, what their benefits and what they're not doing with their benefits. Take that same energy and talk that crap to the Senate and the Congress about how they've been doing your dollars. Them same dollars that's taking care of them food stamps is the same dollars that they've been robbing y'all. I keep saying y'all, but y'all. It's the same dollars. But we want to single out a group of people. And no, it's not Afro-American black people that are receiving food stamps. It's a multitude of nationalities. I've seen, excuse me, if you will, some statistics that the majority of the Americans are not even the ones that is getting the damn SNAP benefits. So take a look at that. Think of that. And I'm quite sure, those, I would hope, trust that those nationalities, let me see if I can pull that graph up and name the majority. That receive food stamps is, let's see what they can tell me. Okay, here we go. Based on the latest data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the majority of people receiving supplemental nutritional assistance program benefits are, oh God, I done got myself caught up in this one, but it says white Americans. I guess that's Caucasians. So it says, let's see what we got here. 35% white. And they want to call the African American is not an African American, but they want to call the Negro 26%, Hispanic 16%, Asians 4%, and Native American 1%. But there was, let's see, okay, that's within the United States. Now let's hold on here because I know I saw a chart where who is really receiving the food stamps in America, in the United States. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not going to tell me, but it had a breakdown that the different nationalities, if you will, or it may not even been nationalities, might have been countries. I'm not sure. I'm better leave that story alone because it's not pulling up for me. But the demographics that they're targeting, or the people that are making all of these foolish reels and posts and talking about how somebody is spending their money, that's between them and whatever they believe in the God of their choice in their mind and their heart. If they don't do the right thing with what they are giving, or if you will, that's why the government is going through what it's going through, because they have not been doing the right thing with the American people's dollar and are being exposed. Okay, so pretty much, hey, could be one of the reasons why the good old Lord let the government shut itself down. Okay, because they are being exposed, or not being, they have been exposed. But yeah, but the targeting different nationality groups, ethnicity groups, if you will, about the food stamps is ludicrous and ridiculous and sad on so many levels that you would be psychologically warped in your mind to focus, if you will. Or what about the person that's going to work and not getting a paycheck and got to show up every day, that may not have the savings that others may have to hold out during this foolish time where the government is holding off on their paychecks? Where's the sympathy for them? You know, it's just it's crazy. I get it. I get it. Um, the current administration wants to clean up, if you will, the squandering of the taxpayers' dollar. That's what it appears to be to a certain extent. But the norm is not the norm anymore, and a lot of people become uncomfortable when it's no longer the norm, or they're not being treated or seeing what is usually happens in the American government administration, if you will. A lot of things are being flipped upside down, and a lot of people don't like it because you know why? A lot of people are comfortable being taken advantage of. Now the government has been exposed, the Senate and the Congress have been exposed, and we would still rather the country run as it has been running to doom you, the American citizens. It's crazy how we will defend foolishness. Because, yes, over the years, a lot of foolishness has taken place. A lot of things have been paved way by, if you will, certain parties. But like I keep telling you, don't get it twisted. They play with the numbers behind the scenes, if you will. You know, one year we might get a couple of Republicans. One year we might get, excuse me, not a couple of Republicans, but Republican in charge, and the next year is the Democrats, and the next year they play pity pat back and forth. It's sad. They set it up for us to believe the lie, if you will, and that's my opinion, and that's my take on this foolishness that they got going on. But remember, mark my words, Captain Saberhole is going to come on a great white horse and save it all. And I don't think save it all, though. I shouldn't say that, but maybe he will save it all. But I do believe he's going to put a halt to the food stamp situation. I do believe that they are playing, one side is playing chess. And if you're smart enough to figure out what side is, I'm not fixing to tell you, but which side is playing chess and what side is playing checkers. And at the end of the day, they don't know, realize they playing backgammon. They are setting themselves up for November the 4th. It'd be funny if nobody go vote. If everybody just say the hell with this country, let them figure it out because they can't seem to figure it out, right? And don't nobody go. But let me tell y'all something. Better run to the polls if it ever meant anything, and if it is real. Hopefully, it's not real that your vote don't count, because it needs to count this November the 4th. Because not for nothing, both sides, get rid of them 90 and 80-year-old jokers that can't hardly think and remember what their name is. Allegedly, Lord forgive me. But come on, you know what I'm saying. Why do you have to die out of the Senate seat? You know? Why? Term limits, term limits, term limits, term limits, term limits. That's real, and that is absolutely needed. Yes, yes, yes. Get some young meat in there and some young brains, if you will. But it's just so, again, it's unfortunate. But I say, people, don't fear. Have no fear. I have no idea, because I'm not even fixing to look to see the statistics on who's Christian, Protestant, Catholic, if you will. At the end of the day, I don't care 2 cents what your religion is. If it's all said and true, it ain't but one God. Okay? Elohim. Okay? Yeshua, if you will. Allah, if you will. One God. And guess what? Whatever you believe or however you believe, don't allow this government shutdown foolishness send you into panic. And let me say this charge. Don't go running in them people's stores taking nothing. That's what they want you to do. Either they gonna kill you up. You heard what I said, kill you up. I said it just like I meant to say it. Either they gonna kill you up, lock you up, okay? They setting you up, okay? Especially the demographic of people that qualify for those benefits by taking it away from you. They already believe you gonna act like animals and run in the stores and take stuff. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Don't do it. Somebody, anybody, come across this video, share it, please. Share it if you will. Subscribe to the channel. Let's talk with Jazzy Wanda. But we gotta pay attention to some of these setups. They're gonna send they riot teams out, and some of y'all ain't gonna make it back home going in there to steal a bag of chicken, if you will, and some string beans or whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. If you believe in a source greater than yourself, for me, within myself, I'm going to eat. Okay? And if you had any common sense, you're going to eat too. You're going to eat too. If you would stop to use your brains. Okay? And those of you that are not being paid and still have to show up for work and are showing up to keep the government, God's got a blessing. That's all I'm going to say. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. And keep the faith. Don't give up. Don't hold out. Don't give up. Your mortgage company can't do but so much to you with your situation. According to some of these banks, they saying if you are a government citizen, they willing to help. Let them help. They've been using your money all along because that's exactly what banks do. Use your money. Okay, that's another scheme. Lord, forgive me. But that's another scheme all in and of itself, the banking system. So let them help you. But we got to have faith, people. If you believe and you say you have faith and you trust and you believe in a source greater than yourself, whether it's God, whether it's whatever you choose to believe in, you got to stand on it in these days and times. 10 toes down. Okay? 10 toes down. Like I said, it's your tax dollar that they holding off, that they playing with. Maybe you ought to hold off your tax dollar. Maybe if the billions of people that pay their taxes don't pay none, they'll smell the coffee and stop playing games with the American people. Because that's exactly what they're doing. Using the American people as pawns. They absolutely are. Ain't no allegedly in that. They are using the American people. I'm looking at my chat, see what's going on somebody over there. Yep, welcome to the chat room. Thank you, whoever that is. Thank you. Welcome to the chat room is right. Welcome over there on TikTok. TikTok let me go live today. Thank you, TikTok. That part. TikTok let me go. Let's say, let me clap for TikTok. Thank you, TikTok. I don't know what's TikTok's hang up, but for some reason but it is what it is. I ain't even gonna go into it. Thank you, TikTok, for allowing me to go live with this broadcast, because this is all ad lib. I just my spirit was bothering me. I was like, you know what? Let me speak my 2 cents. Let me put my take on it. I just feel like it's so unfortunate that if people can't see that it's not the Democrat or the Republican, it's the collective. They are one. They are supposed to make a decision to do the right thing by this country and its government. Us citizens that have the ability to go and pull a lever on those machines, or now it's not even levers anymore. I'm telling my age by saying pull a lever, but scribbling the little circle and the dot, if you will, is crazy. It's crazy. Go to the polls. Go to the polls. Go to the poll and make the difference. And use common sense when you vote. You know, don't, in my opinion, I'm not going to vote for my emotions. I'm not going to vote for my emotions because those switch up on you. They change. Common sense, knowledge, pay attention, do due diligence, do the research, see who's not doing what for real. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And some of the rhetoric that is being displayed against, each other, pay attention. Do fact, or what you call it, do your own fact checks. Okay. Because some of this fact checking be bull crap. They'll tell you that it's not a fact when it is a fact. Okay. They'll tell you what's good is bad and what's bad is good. You have to turn on your brain and your antennas and smell the coffee of what is actually going on in the United States of, oh boy, I'd like to call America something else. But it's unfortunate, you know? How are you not going to take care of your American people, but you could run around to different countries and la-di-da-di-da with everybody else, take vacations and chill when you should be working? Like, come on already. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. And if the fight is not about the American people, pay attention to that too. And I don't have anything against an immigrant. I be damned. I have nothing against an immigrant. But guess what? I agree. Let come in, but come in right. Come in legally. If there's laws and rules on how to enter into somebody's country, I bet you, as an American, you can't go running over into somebody else's country and try to lay homage there. They're going to kick your butt right out. So the right thing is to do the right thing if you want to come on over. Come abroad. I'm quite sure that some of these Americans don't mind because, like they say, uh, some of the immigrant population is very hard workers. Hey, they'll do the work that and I'm just going to keep it 100, lazy Americans won't. So, but if you're going to come legally. And if you're going to empty out your country, don't send us the ones you don't want. You keep the bad apples. Send us the good apples. We don't want the bad apples. We want the good apples. We got enough of our own apples that are rotten over here, if you will, allegedly. Yeah. Mm-mm. But that's my take. That's my take. I think it's a joke. I think it's sad. They playing us as pawns. It's not the Democrat against the Republican. Don't believe that hype. It's the collective. They all in cahoots with whatever. They've been exposed, so now they're gonna hold on to your dollar. Shut your dollar down so now they can finagle it a little bit more than what they have already been finagling it over the years. Like, we need to wake up as a people. Oh my. If we abolish those parties and become independent thinkers, if you will, that'll shut some of that foolishness they got going on. But they know that they have brainwashed so many Americans, and so many Americans are still brainwashed, allegedly, if you will, that they got this thing in the bag that they're doing. They got this thing in the bag. So, preferably, we're going to see. My take is right to a certain extent about Captain. Did I call him Captain? Uh, yeah, Captain Save a Hole. Save a Hole. America. The Great. Because that's exactly what she has been doing throughout the years. They're trying to bring her back, if you will. And in my opinion, to a certain degree, and a lot won't agree with me, I feel like they're doing a good job. You ain't gonna like this dissonant cognates will not agree with me because you rather be stuck in believing the narratives that we have been forced upon us over the years. But yeah, bring America back. Bring America back. That's my take. That's my take. And again, I am not a Democrat or a Republican. I am an independent thinker. Okay. I think with my brain. I allow my spirit and my heart at times to guide me. And I trust what I believe in. Because at the end of the day, this on your body, everybody's body, is the most powerful weapon, the most powerful tool. That's why they come to attack you in it. You think it's your food, you think it's your dollar, it's your brain, it's your mind that they're after. So, you've been tuning in to Let's Talk with Jazzy Wanda. I've enjoyed this session of Jazzy Wanda's take on the government shutdown. It's the government holding the American people hostage. That's what it is. Stay tuned and be blessed until next time. Hey, subscribe and share if you will. Let somebody know. Hey, Jazzy Wanda might have some good narratives over there about the government hostage, holding the American people hostage, because that's exactly what they're doing. Stay tuned and be blessed until next time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And remember, you are worthy of
Uh-huh.
infinite abundance. You deserve a beacon of confidence, success, and happiness, and everything you desire is flowing to you now. Put your minds, believe that the government shall open soon. Go to the polls, vote them. I don't want to call them idiots, but that's what some of them are. Vote them allegedly jokers out. Stay tuned again. Till next time.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow Box, and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.
Thank you for tuning in.